tried to imagine just who these people were playing zombies in the movie. And this is an imagining of one of the characters. It's one of those little moments I didn't forget in watching the film. You may remember this particular zombie. The poem is called A Daughter of Zombies. Let's start with the bark-faced woman hugging the matching bark of a tree to devour a beetle with an appetite verging on lechery. Did her daughter grow up to be a serial killer, cannibal, pet torturer, guest sicko on Springer, at least? Or did she become ordinary, a manicurist, bank teller, or better, a hospital nurse in rural Pennsylvania, where you think nothing ever goes wrong, but does, with chainsaws, ladders, deer rifles, and, of course, alcohol, men, and vehicles? Sure, she's seen miracles, fingers sewn on, hearts shocked back to beating, but never the dead reawakening, not like her mother in bark makeup. No, the dead simply looked a size or two smaller after losing all prospect of moving. After work, she volunteers at the church pantry, visits old family friends in nursing homes, sticks to Weight Watchers, and keeps all regrets about not marrying to herself. For videos, she prefers romantic comedies and anything with Steve Martin. But every so often rents Night of the Living Dead to watch her mother. Yes, her mother, the school librarian who insisted on Sunday dinner with linen napkins and grace, plunges to her knees to savor that beetle. Her bark face twists beyond pain into ecstasy. What did the director say to give her mother such freedom? Thank you.
Welcome to Zombie Film Feast 3. We're going to get started with our first film in just a few more minutes. But before that, I'd like to bring on for a second time our poet laureate, Will now, to do some more reading of his zombie work.
Take care, guys. Very good,
The book that I'm reading from is called Love in the City of Grudges. For me, the City of Grudges was not Albany, but maybe for some of you it is. The final section of the book are poems inspired by the movie Night of the Living Dead. My imagining the backstory to who's in that film and what's going on. This is one, you may remember this zombie. She makes a fleeting but memorable appearance in the movie. The nude model with a mortuary tag on her wrist. How far did you walk from your cold table on wheels, Smythe, Carroll, 40916? How many pasture fences did you cross without scratches? Road puddles without muddying toes. Arriving late at the lawn party, you mingle among wives in sack dresses who envy your marble white poses. All the good husbands ignore how moonlight sculpts your buttocks and casts a tail down your spine. The forlorn painter who loved you without a word shuffles under a spruce, his cheeks peeling like paper mache. He never mastered the flesh you modeled with such ease. For hours, you were his Venus until you asked, so politely, if you might pee. Is it tragic you died so young? Or do we prefer you this way? Breasts firm as refrigerated dough, dew-polished shins smelling of hay. All we know, you left before the party spilled into the house, nor in the morning did the posse sweeping fields drop you with a marksman's shot. Are you still walking, luring farm boys down from their silos to consummate in hay? Are you releasing doves from their rib cages, leading you home to the sea? sort of a companion poem to that. It's called The Ritchie Brothers. Rudy and Richie, still so handsome after driving drunk through the railing, shambling and late to the party with killer black lashes and cavernous eyes, bruised lips, half-buttoned shirts, and cologne like formaldehyde. The women adore you, yet sense a great change. No more necking in doorways or trophy bras slung over doorknobs. Not even the nude model with marble white skin catches your eyes. What happened? No swigging back pocket pints, no fire in your breath, no lust in your hands. You wait patiently in line with zombies to scavenge from the farm truck's burnt cab, then kneel with a hunger you didn't know you had to grab squirmy intestines spilled on the grass. The long tube you chew towards the middle brings you to a last bite shared like a kiss. Rudy and Richie, in love at last. I'll do two more. This one, you may remember the girl who appears in Night of the Living Dead. She's up on one of the coffin lids, and I have a poster of her. She has a little, she's in the basement through the movie. This is her story. It's called Child Star. Bitten by a zombie, the 9-year-old girl lay feverish under blankets. Only one line to remember, and she didn't forget. I hurt. Pale and solitary, she never fidgeted or needed to pee. On a basement table, she lay at peace with her parents bickering. Her bull-headed father triumphed down the stairs to throw his crushed cigarette pack and announce, "We'll see when they come begging me." Her dark-haired mother, with beauty queen lips, sneered, "We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything." Long bathed in strife, the girl ignored them, yet noticed all the adults working on set smoked, and a year later started herself. Lucky's, then Parliament's. She didn't think much of her performance, but who can forget her? She rose at the end in her Sunday dress to two-hand a trowel over her head, revealing the slit at her knees, then dug deep into her mother's chest to find the love that she wanted. In black and white, blood splattered the walls as if she'd struck oil. And then the final one, there's a scene in the movie, maybe a quarter of the way into the film, the people who were the survivors, who were in the house, had finished boarding up all the windows and doorways against the zombies out on the lawn. And the people inside the house finally feel secure for a moment. One of them walks by one of these boarded up windows and his hand comes in. And in movie parlance, that's called a jump shot, because it's meant to make the audience jump in their seat, which it really does. This is a poem telling that scene from the point of view of the zombie outside reaching in through the window. And the poem is called Respect. Respect. To reach through boarded up window slots into the scared light of men with hammer and rifle. To want nothing more than to touch human warmth, even as they sever your fingers. To grab hold of the barrel as the bond between you and pull with all the love you can muster. To accept the shot to your chest, the stain blossoming on your white shirt. To bow with respect. To raise your head slowly in shadows that make caves of your eyes. To let darkness stanch your wounds. To step forward softly, not to disturb worms. To approach the window, accepting the sad truth. Their terrible fear is the burden that allows grace. To say nothing, no matter how brutal the shooting, how many fingers you leave on the floor. To lie on the lawn after the third shot opens your third eye. To stare at the stars, which have seen this before and will see it again. Thank you.